Welcome everyone to our NCAA Social Series. I'm Andy Katz. I'm pleased to be joined by one of today's top 10 award honorees, Juan Ortiz Couder from Embry-Riddle University. Now a currently graduate assistant on the men's tennis team, former player there, originally from Madrid. Congratulations on the honor. Let's start right there. What was your reaction when you heard you were one of today's top 10 for 2023?
Hi Andy. Well, first off, right off the bat, it was disbelief. I actually, more than disbelief, surprised. I didn't know what it meant. Then I started digging a little bit more and started realizing how much it meant and how much it entailed. So yeah, a lot of pride from getting this award.
All right, so let's go back a little. Embry-Riddle, not maybe internationally known. How did you get from Madrid to Embry-Riddle?
Well, it's actually a very long story. I finished high school in Spain and I committed to another school and decided to play some professional tennis tournaments. So it turns out I did okay, but not good enough to make a living out of it. But I still had committed to a school. I was going to come here in the US. So I decided to attend the school, but as soon as I was going to come here, there was a ruling by the NCAA that decided I was a professional tennis player. We made an appeal and we ended up winning, but the school that I originally committed to took away their offer because they were not going to be able to make an offer to a player that was not meant to be playing for them. And so I had to find another school, but yeah, I found another school and I ended up playing here. So for Embry-Riddle, cannot complain.
And it has obviously worked out quite well for you. You're now working there. And you made a number of interesting decisions. First of all, academically, you didn't go into some easy major here. Tell us about what you decided to do in terms of choosing that path of aeronautics and engineering and you know, the fact that software engineering, computer science, I mean, these are things that are not easy for most of us.
So I honestly think it turned out for the better for me because the school I was going to originally attend, I was going to study business. I'm not a big fan of business. So what I like is computers. And so when I found out Embry-Riddle was really good, a really big school engineering-wise, I said, hey, look, I'm just going to take a look and see what engineering they offer related with computers. So I decided to enroll in computer engineering. One semester there, deep in there, I realized that that was not especially what I needed to do or what I wanted to do. Computer engineering is more related to the hardware and how the physical parts of a computer work. And so I didn't find that appealing. And I started to look what other options I had that were still related with computers. And so I found software engineering and the rest is history.
You also wanted to make sure that you had an impact in the community. So team impact, working with kids that needed an opportunity, needed a mentor. How did that come about?
So our coach does a very good role at telling us and making us understand that we have to be grateful for everything that we've been given in school because all that scholarship, all that money comes from somewhere. And so we have to kind of give back. And it's something that, yeah, once you take, like maybe you're a freshman, you don't really realize how much it entails, but you see the people around you and how much investment they put in you, not just the tennis program, but all athletics, everyone in Daytona, you see how much they care about the athletics at Embry-Riddle. And so it kind of motivates you to kind of help everyone that you can, you know. So we were giving an option of mentoring kids playing tennis, and we just, hey, give more and more options, you know. Every single opportunity that I was given to help people, I would just accept them and hey, what do you need me to do? You want me to, I don't know, be a referee at a kids tournament? I'll be there. You need me to mentor some kids when they want to learn playing tennis? I'll be there. There's a, I don't know, Make-A-Wish kid that wants to join the tennis team. Let's do it, you know. Everything that, every single opportunity that is given to us, I think we should just take it.
So obviously you help them. How did they help you?
It allows me to be more grateful for what I have. You see people that are in need or they don't have everything that I do. It just makes me more humble and grateful for what I do have.
As an international student, especially going through COVID and everything and trying to navigate that world, what's it like to be an international student at a United States university?
I find it great, honestly. If I had decided to stay in Spain, it would essentially force me to pick between tennis or academics. It's very hard to convalidate both and do both at the same time, but the US allows you to do both. They allow you to study at a good school, and they allow you to perform your sport at a very high level, and something I would not have been capable of doing if I had stayed in Spain.
What about the Division II experience? That we hear so much, obviously, about Division I, it's in the headlines and all that, but how were you able to maximize that?
I think there's a misconception of if you go to D2, you're kind of like a failure, not a failure in that sense, but D1 is the big leagues and where only the good players go. I feel like D2 is much more competitive, and not only D2, we've played against D3 and NCAA schools, and there's good level regardless of where you go. Maybe the vast amount of the better players go to D1, but I don't think D2 can be slept on.
So you're a graduate assistant. What did you learn as a player that you're applying now as a coach?
The knowledge of the game. I think because of all the experiences that I've lived here in the US and how tennis is different in other countries, the way that it's taught, the way that you practice and everything, I think it helped me to understand that not everyone works the same way, and you have to help people and coach them in different ways. You cannot coach me the same way that you coach any of my teammates, or regardless, vice versa. Everyone is different, and you have to adapt to them.
So what's next for you?
Hopefully finishing my PhD. That's what I want to do, and then I would like to transition to academia.
Where could you see yourself doing that?
I actually have not thought about that. I think there's a long way for me to finish, so I will decide when I get closer to the finish line. But somewhere in the US, I think the US is a great place to teach and to stay.
Well, and to your point, I mean, tennis is a lifelong sport. And the value of that, of playing collegiately, I mean, how much can you see yourself still being involved in the game, even if you are in academia, as you go throughout your life?
I don't think I can go very far away from tennis, honestly. I feel like tennis and I are like a magnet, we're attracted to each other. So I don't think I'll go very far away from tennis. I will be still involved in wherever I can. If I go to another school and become a professor there, I will try to be involved in the tennis program somehow. And I think I will be able to help the team in some ways.
Well, congratulations on a well-deserved honor.
Thank you very much.
And that wraps up this edition of our NCAA Social Series. As always, you can go to ncaa.org/social series, where all our social series are archived.